This is Duke University.
I'm Alessandro Angelini. I'm a postdoctoral research scholar at London School of Economics. The work that I came to Duke to present was on my research in Rio de Janeiro on a small model of Rio de Janeiro. I say small scale, but in fact is 4,000 square feet in area, created by a group of young men in a favela or squatter settlement in Rio on a hillside, out of the bricks and mortar and materials that make up their own community for the construction of a game that they enact. The rules of their game are the rules of city life. It's not a game about escaping reality or about fantasizing about another world, but in fact it's this meditation on what urban reality is. One's relationship to a built environment. And favelas are especially kind of heavily symbolic places where the people who live in them carry a lot of cultural weight about what they are supposed to be about because they live in a favela. There are different rules for different spaces in the city, and those rules depend on who you are as a social character. And your social character can be defined by the clothes you wear, the skin color you have, the way you talk, the accessories you hold. All these things are kind of built into the rules of the game and the possibilities for action within the game. Sometimes the players have people behind them, other kids behind them, kind of talking about what's happening as it's happening, and there's this commentary above the commentary in the game itself, which becomes very complicated to describe in my work, but is there, these kind of layers on layers that interweave into each other. And the kind of porosity between the whole Morrinho world and the world that they live every day as youth in a favela, they bring in those stories, and they're very present. And the way that play often emerges is out of everyday conversations, talking about girls, talking about gossip in the community, sexual exploits or lack thereof, and teasing each other about all kinds of things. There was about 3 months that I showed up at Morrinho hoping to see them play, expecting them to see them play. They had promised they were going to play. They never played. I was there almost every day, and I was helping to build. I was getting involved in kind of becoming an apprentice and learning how to build part of the model and maintain it and clean it up and paint it. And it wasn't until I moved into the community that they started to include me in play, because I was included in their kind of daily routines. They would come by my door, knock, say, "Hey, we're going to Morrinho," and I would follow suit, and then eventually they created an avatar for me, and I learned to kind of not just be an observer, but become involved as a player with the steep learning curve that it had for me. They're reproducing, recreating their reality through material objects, Lego blocks and mortar and ceramic tiles and so forth. The sum total of that practice becomes a kind of meditation. By building this miniature world, they're kind of recreating that dynamic of what one space does in terms of defining a way of understanding the world and being in the world.
Produced by Duke University. Online at duke.edu.